Hey guys, welcome to another episode of Just Tech Ed. Today we'll be looking at how to create tables in Database Access. So I'm going to make my way over to the application. Here you're presented with various types of templates, but the one that we're looking for is blank database. Now here they give you the option to rename your file. So once you do that, you can go ahead and click on create. So here we're presented in the data sheet view, and if you want to know what view you're in, you just click on the arrow. Here we have data sheet view and we have design view. However, the view that we want to go to is the design view, and once you click on that, automatically this box will pop up asking you to name the table. So we're going to name the table here. So once you click save, you're now inside of the design view. So this is where you can make all editing to your field names. So they present you with a default field name, but you can always change that. So I'm going to change mine. Now this section speaks to the different types of data type we have in Database Access. We have text, memo, number, date and time, currency, author number, and the list goes on. But for this field name, I'm going to work with text. The description actually describes the field name. Now, reason being, I said that this is a unique identifier because if you look right here, you would see this little icon here on the side, which represents a key. This is a primary key, so it's actually a unique identifier. So you would have a ID key, a primary key, inside of each table. So to activate and deactivate, you would press the button here. So if I want to take it off, I can click on it. If I want to activate it, I can always click back on it here. So let's go ahead now and populate this table. So I can have this as text as well, and the description. For the date of birth, this is going to be different data type. So I'm going to click on date/time. For weight, we can have it as text also. Alright, so now that we're through creating our field names in the design view, you just go ahead and click right click on the top and click save, and then you can go back now to the datasheet view. So once you're through, you'll be presented with this, so you can always make adjustment to your columns here, by just extending the width of the columns. So we're going to go ahead now and populate the field names. Alright, so let's go ahead now and populate the table here. Over to the pet name, so you can always give your pet your name that you want to give it. Now in the date of birth section, remember we use for the date date/time. So when you click in any area of the date of birth, you will see this little icon pop up here looking like a calendar. You can always click on it and click the dates, the various dates that we have. Alright, so I'm just going to randomly select some dates. Okay, so now that we're through populating our table, we're going to just run and create another table. So in order to create another table, we just go to create, and you see the ribbon dropping down here. So you have various types here. So you're just going to click on table because that's what I want to create. And again, remember from the beginning where you were presented with this, you have to go back through the same process. So we're just gonna right click on it, right, and go to design view, and there you see the box popping up. So we're gonna save this as, so we can name this table clients table, and we're just gonna make a few changes. So we can call this a client ID with a data type of text, and again this is a unique identifier. Client name, again text, this can also be a text. And this can be a text also. And once you're through with it, right click on the top of clients tab and click save, and you can go back now to the data sheet view, and again you can make your adjustment to the width so you can better able to see the field names. Alright, so I'm going to go ahead now and populate my table. Over to my clients section. I go over to my pet ID. And then the phone numbers. Alright, so we're just going to right click on the top of this and save it. Alright, so we're going to go ahead again and create another table. So we're going to go to create, and then you're going to click on table. Again, we're going to go straight to the design view. So we're going to name this table the assistance table. The click OK. So again, we're presented with the design. Alright, so we're just gonna edit this field name here, assistant ID, and we can have that as text. And again, this is a unique identifier. Yeah. The next one is the assistant, and again we can have that as text. For the payment now, we can have it as currency because it's money. And then once we do that, we just right click and click save, and then we're going to go straight to the data sheet view. So again, you can make your adjustments as how you want to. Alright, so we're just going to go ahead now and populate this table here. So that BS JK JL RY FT. For the payment, and if you realize they automatically add the $ with the decimal points because the data type is currency. Alright, so there you have it. So it's gonna right click on that and save. Alright, so you can always right click on any one of them and click close all, but they ask if you want to save, so you click yes. Alright, so you can always open them individually and go through them. Okay, so now that we are through creating our tables, I'm just going to close all. Now we're going to do something extraordinary, right? And this is called creating relationships in database access. Now a relationship in access helps you to combine data from two different tables. So each relationship consists of fields in two tables with corresponding data. So we're going to go to database tools. So once you click on that, you will be presented with the various options here, but we're going to select on relationships. Now this is the icon box pops up here. So we have tables, queries, or both, but we're going to stick to tables. So we're just going to add two tables. So you can double click on the tables that you want to pop up. So we're going to use clients and pet, so you can close it after. Alright, so we're going to create a relationship between these two tables now. So we're just going to link client ID over to pet ID, right? And if you realize when I drag it over and just let it go, you see we're presented with this little icon box again. So you can always click on this arrow here and it shows you the content, you know, of each table. So these are what we have in this table, right? But I want to create a relationship between these two ID. So once you have that, you can go ahead now and click create, and you will see the line attached to each box, table rather, right? So the relationship now is created here. So that means each table will share the same content of another. So I can just go ahead now and just right click and click save and close. So yes guys, that's how you create tables with data types, right? And also relationships in database access. Thank you for tuning in. Have a wonderful time.